from her first album, Pula-Molomo, to her newly released EP titled Nevermind. Singer-songwriter, composer Leomile muses on important issues of identity, love and belonging. Nevermind is a dreamy guitar-laden folk song that beautifully conveys an epiphany experienced by the artist. And in this poignant track, she reflects on her journey, expressing a newfound certainty in her identity, as well as emotional resilience. Now, the lyrics detail her emergence from a state of confusion and self-doubt, marking a significant shift in her perspective on love and relationships at large. This morning, she joins us in studio to chat a little bit more about her latest offering. Good morning. Thank you for joining us at this hour.
Thank you for having me.
What a healing time, what a healing offering as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that transition for you. Talk to us about that process that you underwent in this latest offering.
Yeah, it's definitely a project that reflects on self-reclamation, yes. So it is very much like a restorative album, and it's told through the lens of a romantic relationship. However, it's very much centering the self. It's very much centering, honoring when relationships have run their natural life cycles, and just taking the lessons and being able to, I don't know about gracefully, but let go.
Yes, surrender to what's unfolding.
Surrender.
And perhaps also opening ourselves up to what's next, right?
Exactly, like the new iteration, the evolution.
The style, the sounds that you use this time around. I mean, it speaks to your evolution as an artist as well. What would have come through in the creative process for you?
100%. I think this is so much more stripped down than my previous work. And of course, sonically, it also is a bit of a departure. I collaborated with a friend of mine, Tessa Lily. We've been working together for a while, but she carried me through helping interpret my compositions, which I had kind of written in solitude. And so by the end of it, we felt this is a very vulnerable EP, and this guitar-laden, just harmony stacked sound is very raw, and we wanted to maintain that to create an intimacy.
How long would that process have undergone for you? And when would it have hit you that, okay, I'm ready to put thoughts, pen to paper and music as well?
So the initial ideas for the EP started all the way last year, actually. Okay. And I started penning them down, just recording my ideas. But then at the top of the year, that's when I started with Tessa to really have like these very intentional weekly sessions where we start to create the sonic landscape for the EP. So probably around a little over a year.
So what are the emotions that are going to be evoked? I mean, I know that we all project ourselves into it. It's a mirror.
Sure.
But what are the themes? What are you exploring?
Okay. People have been listening to the EP, and I've really loved the language around the EP already. People have been saying very dreamy, very soothing, which is interesting because it's an EP about letting go. So you wouldn't necessarily think that that's what it would invoke, but I think that there's an underlying piece that comes with this restoration of sight, really seeing yourself, acknowledging yourself, being compassionate towards yourself, and celebrating yourself and your beauty and what you have to offer to the world. Yes. And so I think those are the themes, and I think it's empowering, it's emotional, it's vulnerable, yeah.
How would you have had to overcome your own inertia? I mean, what would have been the challenges in this process for you in the EP?
Oh my goodness, there's a lot of them.
I mean, start at the beginning, it's fine.
I don't know if you're talking about creative or administrative, but it's on both ends, right? We have I'd say because I write a lot in solitude, first of all, just having someone who has the patience to really help me interpret those ideas and try to really maintain the soul of those songs from the inception all the way to when people finally hear it. That's a tough process, but I had a very generous collaborator who was super patient and really wanted to unpack these ideas with me. And then, of course, just organizing everything around like the images and really figuring out trying to now visually interpret this music to make sure that it translates visually as well. Yes. And just trying to have a really seamless rolling out process and make sure that the EP reaches as many people as it is intended to.
Absolutely. I mean, as artists, you're juggling many hats, yes, right? There's 100%. The business side and also just the creative work itself.
A Renaissance woman here.
Absolutely. How do you maintain that center for yourself, perhaps at this juncture?
I do meditate. I would say I rely a lot on meditation, walks in the park as well. I found nature walks and hiking to be very grounding activities. Obviously, I would not even lie and pretend like I'm super zen or I manage it all really well, but those are some of the things that I rely on to help re-ground me when I feel like I'm losing my center.
You spoke about collaboration, and I mean, in this business, it is all about cross-collaboration. So, so as you navigate the summer season, I know that we're entering peak season as well. Yeah. Talk to us about who you are working with, who you have worked with, and perhaps who's on the cards. What's next?
Ooh, okay, so right now we are really, really focused on just celebrating this EP because it just dropped on Friday. So we want to give it its moment. We really want to celebrate it. And because it's such a personal story, I collaborated with people in composition, musicians, but not necessarily as voices on the EP. And then, of course, once we feel like we've given this EP its moment, we've honored it. I definitely have songs already, like in the vaults that we're working on. I've collaborated with some friends. I have a collaboration with Ndabo Zulu on his upcoming project. I have a collaboration with Gege Lingo on my, I don't know how we're going to share it, but it is going to come out soon. And yeah, I'm looking forward to working with so many people in the industry. The list is endless.
Where is the EP available? How do people also contact you? Perhaps also just stay up to date with where you're performing, especially as we enter this peak season.
Right. The most exciting thing that's happening is that we are going to have a launch performance for this EP. I'm very excited because it's not just going to be a launch performance, but kind of a retrospective as well. So people who love the older work and who are also looking forward to the new work can have, everyone's going to be catered to. And that's happening on the 27th of October at the Market Theatre. And people can find me on all socials, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and it's at Leomile_, which is at LEOMILE_.
I just very quickly, it's Heritage Month, and you're contributing to our story and also healing as a nation. What does it mean for you in 2024?
I really think that part of celebrating our heritage is also allowing ourselves to redefine, you know, our voices. Like, we've been given so much. Part of our heritage is that our freedoms were fought for, right? Our freedoms were fought for, and now we get to reinterpret what it means to be like a Mosotho girl, like in 2024. And I love that the story comes from Pula-Molomo, which was predominantly Sesotho album, really talking about belonging and celebrating language. And here I'm also now celebrating this new story of me being this global citizen, Mosotho girl out in the world, and also acknowledging the fact that I have been impacted by the world and reinterpreting that as a contemporary Mosotho person. So very happy and proud to be part of this new age.
Well, you are flying the flag high for us as well. Thank you for being part of our story as South African. Wishing you all the best of luck with this new endeavor. Going to leave it there for now. She's coming back in just a moment for her performance. But obviously, as we know, Leomile is going to be performing her latest single, Nevermind, popularly known as Now from the Mountain Kingdom of Lesotho. Leomile was talking to us about her new project and really how you can also get in touch with her, where it's available, and what we can expect for this peak season.